Hi, I'm Ryder Hask.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bernard.
We're here with the Laowa 25-100, and we're going to do a review of this lens today.
We're going to test the Laowa OOOM, which stands for Out of Our Minds, on the Canon C200, Sony FX6, and Red Gemini, to see how it looks on different sensors. And we'll also show some side-by-side comparisons with other similarly priced zooms. I've been a documentary cinematographer for over 10 years, and when it comes to cinema zoom lenses, I've been a little bit stuck. Most cinema zooms on the market right now are over $10,000. And that just seemed like a little too much money for an owner-operator like myself. That's why I was so excited to see that Laowa, a company really new to the cinema zoom market, came out with the 25-100 OOM lens.
Most of what I shoot is for YouTube, so a lot of it's in-studio stuff on a tripod. I don't do a lot of handheld. I don't do the gimbal thing. So having a bigger camera with a bigger lens is no problem. The fun thing that I noticed about this lens is that it's produced in my mom's hometown in China. It's not something that I see every day. But on a bigger note, I think we're starting to see a lot of these products come out at a great price and at a really good quality.
So I've had this lens for a few months now. I've been using it on the Red Gemini. And Bernard, you brought a couple of other cameras today that we're going to try it out on.
Because the Laowa converts lens mount, I have an FX6 here with its native 28-135 E-mount lens, and also I have a C200 here with the native Canon 18-80 zoom lens. And then the Pocket 6K.
A lovely day for outdoor COVID-safe review.
So we're going to see how the 18-80 compares in terms of its look on the Canon C200 to the Laowa.
Difference with the 18-80 and the 25-100 is the 18-80 renders the colors a little bit warmer. All right, so this is on the Black Magic on the 18-80.
All right, sweet spot.
So this is on the Red Gemini. That's a very nice image too, the swirly, beautiful image. This is on the FX6, 28-135. It's a Sony lens. This is on the FX6 with the Laowa. Just looking at what I can see from the on-camera monitor, to me this is probably the best image.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the features. For one, it's parfocal. If you're coming from DSLR lenses, that is a huge upgrade. You can switch out the lens mounts. So whether you have a PL mount camera, EF mount, or even a Sony E-mount camera, you can put this lens on your camera. It has a consistent T-stop, T2.9, at 25mm all the way out to 100. It has geared iris, focus, and zoom rings for attaching accessories. It even comes with a step-up ring for attaching matte boxes that are 114mm.
Some of the other things that we did shoot outdoors specifically for this video show the flexibility of this lens. If you go outside, you can do run and gun. It's going to be a little bit heavy. I didn't have an easy rig, but I did okay with it.
We're going to test the lens on a documentary-style scene. For this, my buddy Ian Fay was generous enough, despite the freezing rain, to volunteer his time and let us film him working on his permaculture farm in Hyattsville, Maryland. To get a good range of comparisons, Dr. Bernard shot his FX6 and Sony 28-135 lens, while I filmed the same scenes using the Laowa on the Red Gemini. Next, Dr. Bernard and I shot a similar set of scenes pairing the Laowa with the FX6, while I shot on a Canon CNE 35mm prime on the Gemini. Okay, let's talk about some of the drawbacks, or perhaps just things to consider if you're looking to buy or rent this lens. First off, the weight. It's certainly not the lightest lens. Here's the 24-105, and here is the 25-100. It's basically twice as large and weighs probably more than 3 times the amount of this lens. Vignetting. I shoot on mainly RED cameras, and the sensors are slightly larger than Super 35. So at the wide end, this lens is not covering the full sensor, and you see pretty significant vignetting. I'd say one of the biggest drawbacks of this lens is even though you can switch out the mount, it's not easy. The process took about 2.5 hours for me. The reason it's so difficult is because you have to add or remove shims if you want to maintain the parfocal quality of the lens. It being parfocal is a huge advantage, so it's definitely worth the effort to make sure that when you switch the mount, you put on the right amount of shims so that your camera is still parfocal with this lens. In conclusion, the Laowa 25-100 OOM lens checks about all the boxes you could hope for as a documentary cinematographer. It's got a fast, consistent t-stop of T2.9. It has a great zoom range of 25-100. It's parfocal. It has a nice, organic look. And perhaps most significantly, this lens is $5,000. And that includes a nice case and 3 lens mounts, the PL, EF, and E mount. It's just a terrific value when compared to some of the more expensive cinema zooms currently on the market.
I like the copy that we reviewed so much that I ended up buying the lens myself, and I kept it as PL and instead converted my Blackmagic Pocket 6K to PL mount. And the reason I kept it PL is because I'm anticipating this anamorphic adapter and this expander that's going to come out are going to probably be PL. I think I saw something where they said it was going to be EF, but I'm going to keep everything as PL for now. Even though this lens is marketed as a Super 35 lens, it does work on full frame, and you don't actually need to crop in that much. On the Sony cameras, the A7S III and the FX6, you only need to crop in at around 1.2 at 25 mils to get rid of most of the vignetting. If you're on the A7S III, if you turn on active steady shot, it almost gets rid of most of the vignetting right off the bat there. If I could go back in time, I would just have a Pocket 6K converted to PL mount, get this lens, have a wireless follow focus, and have a wireless monitoring transmission system, and everything would be good. Have a small kit with 1 camera, 1 lens, everything that you need as a one-person show. To me, it's a great price for what you get.
Well, that about sums it up. I hope that you found this review useful, and thank you so much for watching.